Hello students, welcome to West Bengal English Medium Guide. Today I am going to give you the insight question answers from chapter number 5 Medieval Architecture, class 7 History, West Bengal Board. Okay, so let's start. Number 1, which was the main residence of Emperor Shah Jahan, the Red Fort or the Lal Killa? Number 2, who built Red Fort and where? What was it famous for? The Red Fort was built by Shah Jahan in the city of Shahjahanabad. It was famous for its massive enclosing walls. Number 3, which is one of the top tourist places of Delhi, the Red Fort. Number 4, what are the categories of the historical buildings of the medieval period? Historical buildings of the medieval period can be broadly classified into two categories, religious and secular. Number 5, what do the religious buildings include? The religious buildings include all places of worship such as temples, mosques, and other prayer halls of different religions. Number 6, what do the secular buildings include? The secular buildings include fort, palaces, haveli, and bauli. Number 7, what do the historical monuments provide us? The historical monuments provide us with historical information to reconstruct the history of the period they belong to. Number 8, which new form of architecture was born with the coming of Turks, Indo-Islamic architecture? Number 9, what do the buildings constructed during the early medieval period include? Buildings constructed during the early medieval period include the massive forts, palaces, temples, towers, havelis, baulis, and many other magnificent structures. Number 10, how were the temples during the medieval period constructed? The temple during the medieval period were constructed in three primary styles of architecture, Nagara, it will be Nagara, Dravida, and Vesara. Number 11. When did the temples in Nagara style built? The Nagara style architecture has its origin in the structural temple built during the Gupta period. Number 12. Where was the Nagara style architecture popular? The Nagara style architecture was popular form of architecture in North India. Number 13. What do the temples in Nagara style consist of? The temples built in Nagara style consist of two buildings. The main shrine, which is taller, and an adjoining shorter one. The shape of the shikhara top part is the main difference between the two building structure. Number 14. Give some examples of temples in Nagara style. Some of the temples are at Khajuraho, such as the Parsavanath temple, the Vishwanath temple, the Kandariya Mahadev temple were built in Nagara style. Some other examples include Lingaraja and Mukteshwara temples in Bhubaneswar, the Sun temple in Pune, and the Jagannath temple in Puri. Number 15. When and where did the Dravida style of temple architecture develop? The Dravida style of temple architecture developed in the 7th century mainly in southern India. Number 16. What is the most common characteristics of Dravida style? The most common characteristics of Dravida style is the pyramidal elevation of the tower. Number 17. What did the temples of Dravidian architecture consist of? The temples of Dravidian architecture consist of four main parts: gopurams, gateways; mandapa, pillared prayer hall; garbhagriha, a square chamber where the image of the chief deity was kept; and the pradakshina path, circumambulatory passage. These temples also featured multi-storied pyramid-shaped towers called vimanas. Number 18. When did the Dravidian style of temple become prominent. The Dravidian style of temple became prominent during the reign of the Chola and Pallava dynasties. Number 19 gives some examples of the Dravidian architecture. Some of the examples of Dravidian architecture include Shore Temple, Kailashnath Temple, Meenakshi Temple, and Radha Temple. Number 20. Where did the Vesara style of architecture develop? The Vesara style of architecture developed in the Deccan areas. Number 21. Write the characteristics of the architecture of the Vesara style. The Vesara style architecture was a hybrid style which combined the features of both the Nagara and the Dravidian style of temple architecture. Number 22 gives some examples of the Vesara style temple. Some examples of the Vesara style temples are the Chalukyas, Hoysalas, and Rashtrakutas constructed temples. Number 23. Which elements of Indian architecture were borrowed by the Indo-Islamic style of architecture? The Indo-Islamic style of architecture borrowed certain elements of the Indian architecture such as courtyards surrounded by colonnades and balconies with ornate brackets. Number 24. What did the Indo-Islamic architectural style include, which were brought by the Turkish rulers? The Indo-Islamic architectural style brought by the Turkish rulers included domes, arches, mosaics, mihrabs, and minarets. Number 25. Persian influences can be seen in the tomb architecture of the medieval period. Number 26. What are the key features of Mughal architecture? The Mughals introduced gardens around the tombs. This was based on a Persian design where the garden was divided into 4 parts with the help of walkways or flowing water. Forts were another key feature of Mughal architecture. The forts were bound by walls to safeguard against enemy attacks. Number 27. Give some examples of construct of forts by which Indian influences can be seen in the construction of forts. For example, Akbar's fort at Agra shows traces of Indian influence from the Gujarat and Bengal regions. Besides walled structures, magnificent forts with ornate designs were built, such as the Lahore fort that included the Sheesh Mahal and the Naulakha Pavilion. 28. Write the features of medieval architecture. The Indo-Islamic architecture of Sultanate era had some distinct features: extensive use of arches, domes, beams, and balconies, use of red sandstone, brick, or stone covered with plaster as building materials, decorative carvings, floral and geometric patterns, and use of calligraphy, the art of producing decorative handwriting. Okay. Last one, engraving of Quranic verses on the walls. Number 29. Give some examples of Indo-Islamic architecture. Qutub Minar, Qutubuddin Aibak, Adhai Din Ka Jon Pra, Qutubuddin Aibak, Alai Darwaza, Alauddin Khilji, Tughlaqabad Fort, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, Firoz Shah Kotla, Firoz Shah Tughlaq, Bara Gumbad, Sikandar Lodi, and Tomb of Sikandar Lodi, Ibrahim Lodi. Number 30. Name 2 mosques built by Qutubuddin Aibak. Qutubuddin Aibak built 2 mosques, the Quwwat ul Islam Mosque in Delhi and the Adai Din Ka Jonbra in Ajmer. Number 31. Who built Qutub Minar? Whom did he dedicate to? When was it construction completed? When was its construction completed? Qutubuddin Aibak built Qutub Minar. He dedicated this to the famous Sufi saint Qutubuddin Bakhtiar Kaki. It was completed during the reign of Iltutmish, Akbar's successor. Number 32. Who built the famous gateway of Qutub complex? What was it known as? Alauddin Khilji built the famous gateway to the Qutub complex, which was known as Alai Darwaza. 33. Give some examples of Khilji architecture. The gateway to the Qutub complex, Alai Darwaza, a madrasa, an unfinished tower, Alai Minar, the Siri fort, a large tank built for the residents of Siri, the Honj-e-Alai palace of thousand pillars, Hazar Sitar. Number 20, number 34. When was the Tughlaqabad fort constructed? The Tughlaqabad fort was constructed during the Tughlaqs. Number 35. Firoz Shah Tughlaq was a great patron of architecture and learning. Number 36. Which towns were built by Firoz Shah? Firoz Shah built a number of new towns including Janupur, Firozpur, Firozabad and Hisari Firoza. Okay, so this one is part 1. I will provide the rest of the question answers in part 2. So see you soon with that video. Till then, take care and bye.